Hello, my name is Abe, and welcome back to the Darkest Dungeon 2, continuing our journey. I believe the past couple of runs featured us going back to the 4th and the 5th bosses, fighting them for a second time, because I had only fought them once previously. Let's preload all of this stuff. The Infernal Flame. We could actually turn on some Infernal Flames and start running Infernal Flame runs of Darkest Dungeon 2. The first Infernal Flame doesn't actually seem all that bad. The real nonsense is when you start getting, lower HP, lower heals, more flame drain. That one even is not particularly great. It's not particularly detrimental, I mean. What I find very interesting about the whole... There's Quark, happy Friday after all. What I find particularly interesting about the Infernal Flames is that it's not scaling difficulty. Like, the first one is relationship focused. The third one is loathing and flame focused. The second one is HP focused. You know, they all have a different focus, but they don't stack, I don't believe. I find it interesting. I was honestly kind of curious as to whether or not Darkest Dungeon would implement kind of like a ascension mode, where every level of the Infernal Flame will add a new penalty to your run up until a maximum point. Because maybe this one is fun, the one where all enemies have advantages, and maybe this one is not fun, and so you'd rather play on Hateful Pyre other than Stygian Blaze. And you could implement an Ascension mode without it being grindy. You know, you could just make it so that every time you unlock a level, you also unlock plus or minus 5 levels, you know, so that way if there's 20 levels, you don't have to do 20 runs, you can do 5 runs in order to unlock them all. You can skip ahead a few levels if you would like. But it's interesting. You know, certainly you do have to keep in mind the positives and the negative. This one, I guess, is like a little bit of everything, I suppose. All of the negatives from everything. But certainly you have to keep in mind the positives and the negatives as you progress. But a much more streamlined Ascension mode might be a little bit more interesting than having these. But sure, we'll do a Despairing Flare as our first one, because I've never rolled a Infernal Flame before. I don't know if they have other gameplay changes.
As fleeting as a dying star.
We'll give it a try though. And I would not be against the idea of hitting random and trying to just get a random party to do a mission here.
Study your decline carefully, that you may fully understand its nature.
Blah, blah, blah. The alternative, of course, is that we actually go for like a Grand Slam, but let's not do that quite yet, because I haven't really thought about a party. You know, I don't know if I want like a Vestal or a Hellion, a Man-at-Arms, or a Leper. But it's been a while since we've done Denial. Let's run a Denial run, I suppose. Go fight the brain.
Your crumbling denial long enough.
Oh, I have to sneeze. Perfect opportunity for this guy to talk.
You were my brightest student, my research partner, and my dearest friend.
Oh, what? I'm not your deepest friend anymore? I mean, I literally did sacrifice you to eldritch gods, but other than that... Oh, or like a flagellant. That would be such a good unit to have on a Grand Slam run. You could probably solo the whole game. 4 flagellants? I wish that you could take 4 flagellants. Pathfinder, off guard, resilient, resolute. Round start -1 stress is pretty good. Evasive, combat start 2 dodge tokens. Not bad. The Jinx apply to attacker, oh my god, that's so good. You could have such a decent application of debuffs to enemies with that. Natural swing, melee, damage and crit. Hate all of the off guards. Lightning reflex is pretty good. Nocturnal blundering. Ugh. When moving 1 damage. Unerring, plus 10% damage range skills. Dude, Having a highwayman with those abilities is pretty freaking decent. Natural swing, erudite, and germophobic. We'll hit random.
We tempt fate and accept damnation.
We can do it. We could do a random run, trying to fight the denial boss. How would we roll it with these units here? Well, cultist, grave robber, jester, highwayman. Actually, I don't feel particularly bad about this setup. We have the opportunity to unlock skills because we still need quite a few for the jester. Everyone else, though, is set. So, yeah, we could probably make it work. We could still roll a ranged highwayman. I mean, having access to grape shot blast and where is it? There it is. Grape shot blast, point blank shot. We can keep him and the jester like swapping spaces. We could have the grave robber swap spaces as well. I mean, this could be just like a bit of a dance party, if you will. And of course, the occultist with possible heals. And melee skills, more damage, and crit with natural swing, but lazy. Why is the text like not rendering properly? Do you see that? Oh, there it goes. Game's got some bugs. So what kind of paths would we take here? Is there a plus melee version of the grave robber? I guess that's Night Sworn for the plus damage when stealth. Affects lunge and pirouette. Lunge is a melee. I do believe, yeah, there you go. Pirouette is a ranged skill technically, but it's not gonna, it doesn't get debuffed at all. So that should be decent enough, and you can open up with, you know, shadow fades. I actually do like that version of the grave robber, but you know what? We've been taking it recently. What about taking, you know, Deadeye or Venom Drop? Range damage for blight and mobility. +2 blight damage dealt while self-stealthed. That's pretty interesting, because then you could open up with a shadow fade. Wow, and then have multiple poison darts come out. It's actually like pretty interesting, but you know, let's get like -33% move resist. Sacrifices range damage for blight and mobility. Let's go Venom Drop. I don't think I've actually rolled this one before. +2 blight damage dealt while stealthed. We can start forward, shadow fade backwards, and then toss out poison darts. Why not? Highwayman Dismas. Yellow Hand. Oh, that's new. We unlocked this one recently. Range skills are worse, but we have better melee bleed piercing and a little bit more HP. Well, you actually do have unerring, so range skills do more damage. We would probably like some sort of a rogue path or a sharp shot. I like them both. I like rogue for the extra riposte from point blank shot, and then you tend to be in the front doing a lot of damage. Sharp shot's also pretty good. It'll make point blank shot do more damage, but it also makes all of your other range skills do more damage, and we want to be using your range skills, so we'll take sharp shot on this one. The Jester. Virtuoso I took recently, and I liked it way more than Soloist because it's a 40% damage differential there. Actually, like, pretty good. And we're still missing some of his other skills like Echoing March and Song, I believe. So these ones we might not want to take until we can actually get those ones unlocked. We could take Soloist for a bleed piercing, but I think we'll just go Virtuoso again. That worked well last time. The max HP and the plus speed means he can move a little bit faster. The resistances being a little bit worse is whatever, but he's also a little bit of a stress resistor. Wanderer might also be pretty decent, but I think Virtuoso's fine. I just don't like the Jester having so low HP that he dies instantaneously, but maybe we'll just roll Soloist anyways. I wish I could actually preview what your HP is like, but you know what? Minus 10% poison resist, round start, dazed, anemic, melee skills plus damage and plus crit. Sure, let's give you the highest damage soloist abilities we can get you. And occultist. Better heals, better cursing. I actually feel like that's pretty decent. If everyone else does a lot of damage, I wouldn't mind the occultist just being a healer. This is a bit of a more classic occultist build that I've run in the past because it's the first one you unlock. But yeah, better heals and better opportunity to apply the debuffs. I do enjoy that. So we'll do Ritualist. Sounds good. Grave Robber, disposable, they said dibs. There you go. I have to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Good lord, why am I so sneezy today? Connie says, I had a Warlock Occultist with plus 65% damage. It was so good. Range skills plus 25% damage. Turn start, 33% chance of a token. So that is just the high damage ranged Warlock path, I suppose. Aspirant is the melee path, of course. And Anamnesis does very little damage. Does like 1 to 4 or something like that on at base level, 1 to 3. So upping that damage 125, 150%, still not amazing, but very good for something like Burning Stars. It is a ranged ability, and what I mean by that is for like the Warlock path, I suppose. Let's do Ritualist anyways, and you can be my Connie. But not a Warlock. Jester, who's funny? Well, no one, but you know what? Oh my god. Vellatrite. There's not enough room, okay? Have you inhaled dust, pollen, or COVID? I haven't inhaled COVID in months, but I have probably inhaled dust from the constant rain, heat, and humidity that's happening around here, so I am probably just very slowly dying on inside and internally. There you go. Seagus, you can have a name too. Let's do it. Sharp Shot, lots of range. Venom Drop, we want to fade back and then put out a lot of blight, and this unit's a little bit, actually this unit's a little slow, but the Shadow Fade gives a speed bonus, which I think is interesting, and then Blight Piercing for 1 turn. Actually, like, everything gives resistance piercing for 1 turn. Lunge gives resistance piercing for 1 turn. Pirouette gives resistance piercing for 1 turn. Interesting. And of course, Repartee for dodge taunt if we need it. I don't know how effective this is going to be, but it is interesting to think about. I mean, do we really need that much resistance piercing? I'm just gonna do Night Sworn. I'm just gonna do the physical damage, I think. Synergizes a little bit better with natural swing. I really liked that, doing it previously. Sure, good enough. Let's get out of here. Go, yes, go, go, go. Oh God. I'm Hip Productions, welcome. You've been watching the YouTube. It's nice to catch something live. Glad you're doing Darkest Dungeon 2. I don't know why the screen is flashing. I should probably restart my computer one of these days. Some people love it, some people not so much. I love Darkest Dungeon 2. It's just such a fun game to play. Okay. Highwayman. Ranged skills are better. Grape Shot, Point Blank, Take Aim. Duelist is pretty good. We could do like a Duelist pistol shot. Actually, tracking shot upgraded is pretty good for a couple of specific enemies and bosses, so we could try a tracking shot, and we could try Duelist Advanced just in case we want to get some riposts out. I mean, his melee skills are worse, but that's not to say that they're useless. Let's go pistol shot though, full on ranged, everything ranged. The Occultist. I like a lot of the default things here. Weird Reconstruction, Weakening Curse, Vulnerability Hex, Abyssal Artillery, and then for a final shot here, we could roll Chaotic Offering. I mean, it does give you the ability to get better heals, guaranteed crit heals, which could be kind of nice. That's kind of nice, not Connie nice. It says cursing skills is resistance piercing. Does that mean all debuffs? Like, would that also make the debuff for malediction more likely to apply? Like, what is a cursing skill? They're not called cursing skills. It's called Weakening Curse and Vulnerability Hex, and it just applies a debuff. But this also applies a debuff, so I don't know. It could be interesting because then you could have malediction more likely to apply, which I actually think is possibly pretty good, but we'll just leave you as is for a minute. Harvest. Maybe instead of Slice Off, but I really do like the vulnerability that we get from Slice Off, and it's more physical damage. Play Out is a block token, Battle Ballad is a strength token. We're gonna leave you as is as well. And then Grave Robber, we're gonna roll Pirouette, Shadow Fade, Repartee, Lunge, Absinthe, probably drop Repartee for Dead of Night at some point. In fact, well, I mean, you have Absinthe. That's pretty good, okay. Wait, go back, forgot to turn off the oven, says Taco Sunday. I told you to make sure that everything on the checklist was done before we left the inn.
Denial is giving way.
All right, well, I mean, that's a pretty good early turn there, just immediate point blank. So we could Shadow Fade to set up for the next turn, but that's unnecessary considering that these enemies are going to die. Let me slip past, huh? And then, in theory, you know, if we can get the pet that is movement gains damage bonuses, we can heavily take advantage of that with the Jester, the Grave Robber, and the Highwayman. In fact, I think we've rolled this party before, maybe not with the Occultist, but hey, I clicked on random, okay? Don't blame the streamer for this one. You have to take Baby Shambler if it shows up. Maybe, maybe not. It depends on what I want. What I want. So if we roll Provisioner,
Precious relics remind us
Baby Shambler, Pygmy Pliskin, Crimson Tick. So there's no shuffling opportunity here. But the Crimson Tick has a chance of producing the blood. If you saw me play the 4th chapter a couple of runs ago, the blood was instrumental, and it was amazing. This tick does nothing for like the first 4 regions. Regions, not regens. And then when you fight a boss, it's like blood crit, blood crit, blood crit. Shambler spawn unlocks the potential of cultist trinkets, plus 200% cultist encounters location scouting, but no other location scouting. So with the Shambler spawn, you don't know where you're going, but you get to use cultist trinkets without requiring the filler trinket, the stain trinket. You know, because the cultist trinkets are all like, you have a chance for 2 actions per turn, but you also have a chance of taking 1 damage. And then the stained ones are always like, plus 50% bleed resist. But if you can grind out those trinkets, you could have an amazing, powerful run with the Shambler spawn here. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to give it a go. Anything that we want to buy? Oh, whiskey! Now here's the question. Minus 100% location scouting plus 100% location scouting. Does this mean that we have default location scouting? Like how do they counter each other? That's interesting. Let's also select the route. I don't know if we have the opportunity of going to the sluice. I also really want stagecoach items. So we'll probably go for avoid the field hospital, into the sprawl, and hope for the best. Can we actually fight the sprawl boss? Let me look at my party. Get this window out of here. We could fight the sprawl boss, probably. The game has minus 300% scouting modifiers. What do you mean the game? Because this thing has minus 100% scouting modifiers. So yeah, I don't know, but we'll equip it.
Must be maintained if it is to carry you where you must go.
I really do like the idea of grabbing some whiskey, and I kind of like the idea of grabbing this anyways, just in case it'll work. We could also get the, well, I mean, grab this. We could also get the,
further is worth the cost.
Where was it? There it is. Relationship increaser. I can handle the Leviathan this time. Last words of many of my runs, says Dragon Sheet. Luckily, we're not fighting the Leviathan. It's it's either fighting the General or the Librarian. People say that the Librarian is easier. I think the General is easier, but the Librarian is pretty easy if you have a good party to go along and fight him. We do have a decent party for it. High damage, hopefully from the Highwayman, Abyssal Artillery, maybe not Abyssals, but, you know, weakening curses, vulnerability hex to stop him. No, it's tracking shot that stops him from gaining block. And then just hitting poison dart, poison dart, poison dart, poison dart, poison dart. Like we can upgrade poison dart for the area, but I also don't mind not fighting the Librarian and doing it later, because I hate the Librarian. But actually with minus 20% blight resist, he's gonna be easier to blight as well, so we'll think about it. The Despairing Flame. If we're gonna equip it, let's equip it. Worse relationships. Fair enough. Level 1, it's the only one I have unlocked. It's been done. We have a lot of mastery tokens. See, now I'm actually like worried. Well, we're not gonna burn his ass. I do want whiskey. I think I do want the trackers mapped for the location scouting, just in case we can offset it. You know, why not give it an opportunity to work in our favor?
A sound investment.
We get to play around with the mechanics at the very least and try to learn something about them. And then for items, let's take some tonics for extra healing. Take a couple of things of light. Take some stimulants for damage and speed. The relationships, you know, if we're gonna have more than likely negative, 10%, 5%, I guess the first in does give you a bit of a buffer to not get relationships, which is really nice. The songbook would be nice for a little bit of extra speed. We don't really need stun resist. Wouldn't mind getting a little bit of food, just to make sure that we can, you know, make it through the first little area here. And you know what? If these work against the boss, take the Thunderclap grenade as well, just in case. Just in case. You can take that, you can take that, you can take this. Actually, we'll give you the blood. You can take Glimmer of Hope. We good? I think we're good. Oh, no one likes you. You're gonna have the highest chance of negative relationships, unfortunately. Plus 4 speed until the next inn. We could open up with a point-blank shot with the Highwayman if we really wanted to. Wouldn't mind gaining a little bit of speed on the Jester, though, because he's already going to be fast enough. Let's make the... Oh, never mind. Maybe we'll hold on to that one in that case. Mastery tokens. Finally, one last thing. If we're going to roll this route, if we're going to possibly fight the Librarian, it wouldn't be a bad idea to actually get the poison darts. But we should make sure that we upgrade things that we know we are going to be using. For instance, Vulnerability Hex is going to be a really nice one to have. I think Take Aim is going to be a really nice one to have. Oh, I don't even have Double Tap equipped on this guy. Hold on. You can take aim and tracking shot before we actually, like, fight. And if we're doing that, I do like the idea of upgrading tracking shot so that boss can't gain any more dodge. Grave of the Robber. Repartee gives you a better block. Pirouette gives you more damage on the front line. Lunge gives you way more damage and way more crit on back line. Let's go for that lunge. And let's actually go for the Shadow Fade upgrade, because that way you can get a speed bonus. Although, maybe we want Slice Off for additional vulnerability chances. That actually seems like a very good one to get. You know what? I'm also thinking Weird Reconstruction is really nice, but he also has a buff to his heal already. Let's go for the Slice Off, go for raw damage. Make sure that we have everything that we need. Go fight all of the cultists that we possibly can. Let's rest and go to the Sprawl. What was the penalty? Blight Resist. Avoid the field hospital. Sure, why not? Oh, right, gotta click on the button in the bottom left corner. At least we didn't get any negative quirks. Well, not quirks, but relationships.
Behold.
I'm Hit Production says, after finishing the game, I was curious about how a tier list would look. Very sad to see the Leper and Runaway were bottom tier every time. I don't think that the Leper... Well, there's the freaking lair. There's actually no cultist encounters here, so that's very interesting. It's actually a very short biome, all things considered. I actually don't think the Leper is bottom tier, but for me, definitely the
Is it not?
Runaway seems a little bottom tier-esque. I don't have a very good luck with her being very decent, I think. We are going to... Does Lunge move you 3? Moves you 2. I think we can fight this boss.
Brace up. There is danger on this path.
But also, you know, it's a route that has things on it. Shame you got the Baby Shambler in Denial. Yeah, it's a bit of a shorter run, because it is only two regions instead of 3, but I suppose there is a point to doing it like this, which is experimenting with the flame and then also, you know, not taking a million years to do a run. Sorry for that clink.
Let us hope to finish this quickly.
I always have too many glasses on my desk, and I'm not talking about the things you wear. Let's go forward.
A righteous.
I mean, this seems like a pretty decent setup already. I love that double vulnerability on Vulnerability Hex. And then we can just double tap him to death. Did we even take any damage off of that? That's pretty good.
Scavenge what you can.
Oh, good.
And be
Trinkets and
off
baubles.
once more.
Ba-da-da. It is kind of a shame that Denial is so short. I would like it if it could be increased to the normal duration. Oh, I can't, I wanted to reorder my party a little bit, but this is still fine. I actually do not want her, I think, to have Pirouette. I'd rather her have Poison Dart for this one. Everyone else is probably good enough. You, maybe we want Chaotic Offering. And then you can put out good heals. Like, maybe actually get rid of the Stab and Abyssal and take Chaotic Burning Stars. Or Malediction. Nah, give me the Burning Stars. Well, we have medicinal herbs. We don't need light, so take those. There's normal length and early access emitted the tutorial region in 1.0. I mean, that makes sense. It does make sense to have it be a tutorial region, but I don't always want to do denial if I have the opportunity to do a longer game, because the longer games are a little bit more fun, you know? Right, I did get rid of your ability to pirouette. That makes sense. You know, it's nice to have a bit more of a, you know, completer experience. You removed my, no, you didn't remove my stealth. You hit me through stealth with burning beads? How? Wait, what? Does this go through stealth? That's interesting. That's one of those things where it's like, I really wish that there was more information here. I had no idea. There it is, yeah. That's the one we want to remove your dodge. We try Stygian Flame. So which tier of the flame is that? Is that the maximum Infernal Torch? Because I only have like 2 of them unlocked right now. I have 1 of them unlocked right now. I don't have the candles for the other ones. I wouldn't be against the idea of trying more of them. I need the candles to unlock them. $17 to 31 damage. It's a guaranteed KO on the unit that's dodgy and riposty. You crit for 40 goddamn 7. Wow. That's so good. That's so absurdly good. I mean, you're just a garbage zombie. I'd rather kill you. Nightsworn is so good. Is that the perk that she is right now? Nightsworn? Hold on. Yeah. I rolled this. My first time actually trying lunge and pirouette, when I unlocked lunge and pirouette, I tried it and God, it's just so freaking good. The damage is just absurd. I can't actually do anything else with the occultist, but that's actually fine because he still puts out the sweet debuffs. And then you, my friend, killing blow. That went fantastically. Let's advance. Now I might still have to do some blight daggers before we actually get that boss moved up to the front lines or the middle lines, but you know, we'll still hopefully be stacking up some blight. I didn't upgrade it, but it's fine. I mean, if we can crit for 40, it's not gonna last too long. Because this gives us a speed buff, I really do think you take aim. Again, this blight, it doesn't do a lot, but it is guaranteed to land, but I think you still got a Shadow Fade. And if we upgrade Shadow Fade, it's a speed buff as well, so she's gonna go first on the next turn. It's incredible. And this guy, Vulnerability Hex him, now he doesn't have any dodge tokens. He didn't get debuffed, but... At least Burning Beads does not remove my stealth. That would be annoying. Okay, this guy's technically dead. Keep getting burned slightly, but it's not too bad. Good dodge. I see a point blank in my future. Oh, what's that? You immolated yourself and then died? Oh, what's that? You're freaking dead?
A trivial worriment.
Is that a heal? It's a small heal. And it made him a little stronger. I guess let's purge the dodge, if nothing else. That was a stun. That's good. Now what do? I just realized her dress is made of skin. That happens frequently to me in this game. Like, oh, right, you are made of flesh. There's a lot of enemies in this game, actually. I still have a crit. I guess we'll take out a corpse. Could have used a grenade, but I want to save those. And maybe we can actually hit with something else. And the occultist still has those dodge tokens. Never mind, they're gone. Yeah, as soon as the boss moves up one level, he's gonna be incredibly dead. I like it. I will absolutely do the next one. And so far, like, our Infernal Torch hasn't really done anything. Because it just, well, it doesn't really do anything, does it? So you can use that to shuffle the books. That's very interesting. I'm going to take aim, get a crit, and then hopefully be in a better position by next turn. We're gonna do something similar. Actually, you know what? We could just stack up a whole bunch of DOT. But if he's gonna be here and be hittable, why not go for the Shadow Fade? Let's get a Chaotic Offering in early. We taunted for one turn, but we've got a dodge token. That's actually a good thing. Connie says, it's the crit trophy. This run is already secured. I don't know what the crit trophy is, but I'll learn. Grave Robber got moved up to the front, which is kind of annoying, but it's actually not terrible. Forward 1 with the strength token. I mean, hold on. It ignores, Burning Stars does not ignore dodge. I think we should just knock the well, you know, he's gonna tracking shot to remove the dodge anyways. Is it upgraded? Gotta look in this menu. It is. So maybe we should give the occultist the strength. Since he's gonna have a sweet attack next. This will not use a crit token? Interesting. Still, he did get hit by the debuff, which is great. We're kind of stuck in position, so let's repartee right now. We'll do a lunge with someone, and then we'll put her in a position to at least throw darts. We'll do a Burning Sphere. Burning Stars. 21, it's okay. And then let's start moving up the Jester, I guess. I'm like, if I battle ballad a Highwayman, what can he do from the front? He can't really do anything from the front. So yeah, let's just move up with the Jester. Although I think we are gonna lose the books on this turn. Penned 1,000 years ago, made ash at an instant. 3 dodges, pretty decent. Another dodge. Okay, that one's gonna land. We might have to toss out some heals. The Jester's the only one getting a, actually hit here. Yeah, you can't actually do anything from the front, which is unfortunate. Give him a strength off the crit, take an absent. Take a double tap.
Excellent work.
He has, from here, he has 4 more stacks of books to get through. We should be fine. Let's keep stacking up some debuffs on him though, and we'll do a heal. Definitely toss out a heal on this one. And you know what, let's use the medicinal herbs. Condition blocked. Oh, he's not low enough. Okay, well. It's fine. We'll just do a weakening curse, I guess. We gave ourselves a crit token, so he's gonna get hit pretty hard soon. A little bit of stress. We'll probably have the Jester recover some of the stress. I don't like the blindness here. But he can take aim and remove it, which is probably what we're gonna have him do. Because he's gonna be at the front. I need to get that Jester back up at the front. So yeah, remove blind. And when he breaks the books, he's also gonna have to waste a turn anyways. Hit him for 36.
Bravo.
Yeah, I like that. I don't think he's going to destroy that second stack of books. I do think we need to move forward though to put the Highwayman in a position to get the final KO. Well, he's gonna put him on death's door. I must fight it for the others.
This is no time to falter.
Hate that. At least we have an opportunity to do a heal now.
Stupendous.
I mean, we could just do this.
A master stroke.
DOT will have more chances to kill him. Toss out a heal. Okay, well, you know it's a heal, and he's dead. That was insanely easy. We didn't actually get an opportunity to put out a stress relief, but that's okay.
Reprieve until the next test is put before you.
Increases stacking. Turn start, a possibility of a crit token, +1 burn damage dealt, oh baby. But if you're fast, you have a 50% chance of a crit every turn, oh my god. Apply on crit burn, and then +1 burn. You know, there's actually a lot of positives with this. Yeah. There is a bit of a crit synergy. Crit, and then you actually apply a bunch of burn. But we cannot equip this yet. So, your speed is high. Let's give you a very good opportunity to, well, we can't get her to 8 speed. Although, if we upgrade Repartee, we can get, if we upgrade Shadow Fade, we can get her to 8 speed. But for right now, we'll put this on Ye Old Highwayman, who has a speed of 8. Gain on burn resist -2 stress. That on you. Turn start 10% chance of a crit. I really do like that on the Grave Robber, I have to admit. Give you the stimulants again. Give you the, oh, we don't need anyone with a pocket light. I mean, I think we're good. We do need to do some inspiring tunes to the extent that I actually like moving the occultist forward 1, just to make sure that we can actually do that. Actually, you know what? Give you Dead of Night as well. We don't need the poison darts anymore. Our damage is good enough, and the Highwayman has been incredible. Might even want him to move back 1 so we can open up with that take aim. XZZXZ2, welcome. Long time no, well, not really a long time, but it's been a while. How are you doing? What's going on? Buddy? It's the Hoarder. I'm learning to appreciate the Hoarder as a location because the trinkets that you can buy from him are absurd. And part of Bobrich, welcome as well. Happy Friday. And Harrison, oh my god, everyone's here, hello. Grave Robber, apply on hit if rank 4 combo. Gain on hit, Flashing Daggers gives you a chance of entering stealth. If you're not in stealth, receive less healing. Meh. That's pretty good. Good stacking there. Apply on hit, burn. Turn start if speed is high, dodge. That's just free dodge, basically. That's so good. Occultist, debuff piercing. If target burning, better healing. That's not bad. Not bad at all, but we can't afford any of it, just barely. So what we'll do is we will grab a whiskey barrel because we can never have not enough whiskey.
A bit of comfort on the road to damnation.
Apply on hit, daze, turn start, block. I actually don't think I want to buy any of these, really. I could see some of them having a little value, but nah. Nah. Maybe the noisemaker for like taunt so we can have someone else like maybe stay alive. I could see those being helpful. I do like increased stacking for bandages and restoratives. I like that a lot. And why not? Whoops. Gives us an opportunity to completely fill out our wagon at the next inn. Are you winning? We are doing very well, even though this is gonna be a shorter run because we're doing the denial chapter. And also, we have no scouting, but we don't have any cultist encounters on this region, which is a shame. It would be really nice if that Shambler trophy also made the cultist encounter spawn a little bit more often. It's weird to me that there's 0 here. Let's go. But that's okay. I have no qualms with planting a knife between the shoulders. They've got timber, looks like. We must pace ourselves and the coach. Well, this is better than this, I think. So why don't we take the wheel or the armor? Well, we actually literally have no idea what's coming up. Correct. So let's go for the... Who's got the better relationships with her? It's 9 all the way around. Fine, do it like this. Jackman, welcome. Hug them. I hugged them, I didn't kill them.
At least it should be.
At least it should be. We've gone 2 stops, sounds like a victory. Yeah, it's like we're just barely getting started here.
Whispers.
But I think with how leveled we are, denial should be pretty easy because there's fewer ordained enemies at this level. I don't know what the percentages are, but you know, I'm assuming that at some point the ordainedments just get more and more extreme, you know, higher percentage chances of getting ordainment as you go up. X says, doing well, work has been busy, and I recently met someone, so my time has been occupied. I bet you've been occupied. Sounds like you're having a good time, and I'm glad to hear that you're, you know, still alive and kicking. Your attempts at comfort are almost patronizing. We need to reduce our stress. It's a little high. We got some whiskey though, so everything's good.
By confronting the past,
Let's go!
we learn to face the future.
And so the trap snapped shut on me. So the Jester's path so far has been, he was walking around one night, heard a tune come from a graveyard, did a one-on-one jam with like a skeletal violinist. What happens next?
Chapter 3. Play to the crowd. When word of his uncommon talent reached the palace, he was summoned to entertain king and court. Anticipating an historic performance and enthused adulation, he was stunned to find himself instead the object of their debased ridicule. While his noble audience dined drunkenly, he was mocked, tortured, and subjected to an obscene array of dangerous and decadent humiliations.
Echoing March. Cooldown 1, ranged. Target pull 1, turn start forward 1 for 3 turns. That's very interesting. One of the problems with pulling a unit forward is that oftentimes on their turn they have something that moves them backward. This kind of negates that. Every turn they will move forward for 4 turns. The turn start or the first turn and then turn start for 3 turns. My only question is this the enemy's turn start that they move forward? Because that's not as ideal as on your turn start they move forward, because then you could actually do something with that. But, you know, if you keep a man with a gun moving forward and then he just can't move backwards, or he has to use his garbage attack to move backwards, that's pretty effective. The one issue with that is that the pillagers, the ones with guns, I forget their name, is why I'm saying it like that, they move backwards multiple steps, so Echoing March is not really going to pull them to the front. But that's kind of interesting. Like, using this on the Altar of Obsession maybe could be pretty nice, or Altar of any of them. Any of the altars. You know, cultist altars. Anyways.
The loathing festers.
You have snapped too. But at the very least, we
be wary.
discovered something else about the Jester's kit, and that's very interesting. It's a debuff on the enemies. The loathing is freaking loathinged. It's fear and loathinged. Yeah, that's not bad. Oh my god, what is with the freaking... We're not getting in any combat, we're not doing anything. I shall watch the road while they tinker. Please increase your relationships. What's the upgrade? Good question, what is the upgrade? Pull 2. So that solves the problem of an enemy having a move that moves them back 2, but they only move forward 1. If they move forward 2 every turn, they're probably going to be moving to the front every turn. And that's pretty nice. Keeps them in range. But again, they're very likely to want to try to move backwards, which is unfortunate. This was a... like, I really wanted more combat. There was 1 combat. It was the lair, and then we just moved on. All right, well, I guess. Why do I have 3 actions? I would love 3 action, just, you know, I'm saying. All right, we're going to... Let's, move them around. Wow, we stunned 2 of them, which is absurd. Let's get some crits going. You sniped their lair boss and then GTFO'd. That is kind of what it feels like. We did 1 thing and then we left. You've got a crit. Highwayman might not be in the right position for this. Again, we need the Jester to be in the front. I should rearrange the party. But if she can lunge before the Highwayman moves, we can fix the party order. I just need to hit the altar first. I don't have to, I'd like to. Chaotic Offering, Vulnerability, Hex, Weakening, Curse. Let's do a Chaotic Offering. We are dodgy, and we burned ourselves. Thank you for that. I mean, you know, this solves the problem. He does good damage, but this does solve the problem because now I can one-shot the altar, I think. Even though we didn't hit it at all on that combat, but we can... I mean, it's only 8. Let's get a strength token. No, let's... Hold on. Lunge, ignores block. You can one-shot this guy. Do the grape shot.
Excellent work.
You're gonna lunge. It's 41 damage. Wow. That's so nice. Burning Stars is another KO.
Take heart.
We have like 1 turn of setup and then everyone gets a crit and it's just like bam, bam, bam. I love it. Can you, right? Can you grape shot? You can. Well, in that case, get rid of your block token, because we gotta work on you. Oh, you try to hit, oh, I've got dodge, what happened? You missed. Gotta be honest. I like the lunge getting a one-hit KO and then we put up some block tokens. Like, why not?
Stupendous.
My dude still has strength and crit. Why are you so strong? Right, I forgot about that. That's incredible. Weakening Curse, Vulnerability Hex. They're gonna get some actions, unfortunately. Let's clear that burn just in case, and then we'll weaken the one who's gonna crit. Connie says that 65 damage Warlock I had could two-shot the Exemplar with Burning Stars. It was bullying. When you stack up good damage units like this, it just feels so good. She still can't really do anything, but, you know, that's fine. I mean, I kind of like her being here just taunting, but she can still taunt from the back. Well, actually, she can't, can she? I mean, we're gonna hit one Death's Door immediately thanks to the 11 damage Grape Shot. You're going to live, but you're gonna get hit by the Occultists. Yep, so you're gonna be on Death's Door as well. I think we leave her at the front so she can hit dodges. And I am leaving them alive as opposed to killing them because I want to make sure that the one with the crit is weak. But they also have a chance of not even attacking.
Steady yourself.
I've seen you take worse. Come on! Valerie Hillary, welcome. How are you doing today? You really can't do anything else, can you? Well, he really just has obliterating stars or whatever it's called, and then that's it. My God, the trinkets giving you a crit like every other turn are absurd.
In this world, wealth is worthless without purpose.
Plus 100% damage round end, minus 30% damage. So we can equip this without the Dark Impulse because we have the guy, the little dude. And for most fights, that's gonna be absurd. We're putting that on the Highwayman for sure. Although he'll lose access to the crits potentially, so maybe we don't want to have that on. We'll think about it. Yeah, we can actually equip this now, basically for free. We could put it on the Jester. You know, like, that's actually not a bad idea, just to give him a little bit of damage early, and then for the second half of the fight, he can just do like debuffs, Battle Ballad, Inspiring Tune. His early damage could maybe get a KO, and then he can assist with other things. What lets you do that? So we have a pet, the Shambler Spawn. It counts as a stained trinket for everyone, so we can actually use those cultist trinkets. It also makes you blind on the map. You can't see anything except for cultists. But that's kind of nice so that you can scout out the cultists and go fight them. Unfortunately, there were no cultists on this little area, on this biome that we were in. That's okay. Maybe later. Oh, I couldn't get that one. Yeah, the early game is a stomp when you've actually unlocked everything. That's so nice. Take it off before den. Yeah, try to remind me, because I need to remember myself. Although we don't have to. We can leave it on. We just have to be aware.
Lower your guard. Soften your gaze.
Jinx on Disposable. And then Kleptomaniac on Velatritin. I can fit the N in there. That's a lot of stress relief. Velatritin sounds better than Velatrite. Alright. Plus 20% positive relationship chance. We should have no negatives then. Well, okay, we have a 23% chance of a negative. We can fix that. We've got whiskey.
Spend what you
We've got a decent amount of money too.
For wealth no longer has meaning.
So apply on crit burn,
If
combat
indeed
start.
it ever did.
Oh, we have a chance of burning.
Bolt it on and be off.
We might not want this.
Will not.
Why would I
be
want to burn?
denied.
We need to stack up burn resists, is really what it is. Maybe for the lair, yeah. Stack up more salves. Stack up restorative herbs, absolutely. More whiskey, pretty good. The songbook is very good. Let's buy that. Can't afford that, unfortunately. So let's do songbook. Mine, oh, come on. Mine is twice in a row. All right, well. 13, it's only a 13% chance because they're pretty good quirks themselves. But we can crank on some of the positive relationships. For instance, Sigus and Connie. He's resolute. Okay, well, not him. Of course. I mean, why would I want to try to buff his relationship at all? We can boost Disp and Connie. And then we can boost... Well, with no one else worthy of a boost, let's get their relationship a little bit better. Okay. Everything seems fine. Regions to Mountain 1. Boo! But we've got a good run. Yay! Remove negative quirk. Anemic. I mean, I really like these. I might just let anemic stay there. That does seem pretty good. There's a remove negative quirk thing you can buy. Yeah, but like, the quirks actually aren't that bad. I don't want to remove natural swing or the jinx, I don't think, from disposable. The negative relationship chance is not really that big of an issue. Gain on hitting a corpse, stress, resolute, not particularly bad. Although, you know what, I will admit, getting rid of resolute would be nice so that we could potentially use more whiskeys. So that might be the one I want to try to get rid of.
A bit of comfort on the road to damnation.
Got rid of necrophobic. I'll do it again. There you go. So now he can use whiskey again. And we didn't remove unerring, which is great. 12 bucks remaining. Everything seems decent. I don't think we even need to buy anything. So, yeah, let's just get the heck out of here. Don't even need the whiskey. Although we could... There we go. Connie says, I think that the T is the only way to remove positive quirks in the game in addition to rolling new ones. I really want the field hospital to have an option to remove positive quirks as well as lock them in. I want it to be a separate indicator and a separate system. Because right now it's confusing and it doesn't give you what you need sometimes. Because Breach or Plague Doctor, yeah, was the absolute worst, and I pretty much had no way of actually handling it, which was sad, but that's okay. +3 burn dealt, -2 duration dealt, gain on burn resist, -2. Do we want burns on crit? I feel like that would actually hurt us more than it helps us. But we do have some decent crit potential here. I mean, let's actually look at the route as well. Oh, Tangle. Visit an oasis.
Every turn.
Sure, try.
Bent on our destruction.
And maybe we'll just
Your
equip
coach
it.
must be maintained if
Clunk,
it is to carry
clunk.
you where you must go.
I have 3 mastery tokens. Let's upgrade Shadow Fade. You're incredible. Upgrade Grape Shot, because it's absurd. And, like you to have something else to do. Honestly, I like repartee just to block. Like Shadow Fade, Lunge, repartee, and just keep cycling those ones around. That's not too bad. What chapter is this? This is Denial, so it's not gonna be a long one. Okay. And then finally, I wanted to make sure that everyone's speed was still high. Man, that's so good. That's so good. I kind of like him having the duration on that, I suppose. Put that on you. Actually, who's gonna be attacking more? It's gain on crit. Who's gonna be critting? I guess you have this, so you might crit. But if it's burn on crit, then we want it on you because you're gonna be critting all the damn time. That works. Although it's -2 duration. Let's do it like this. Okay. That's decent. I think we're ready to go. We have a few in items we're stockpiling for later. Give you a little bit more HP. And we're out.